today we are going to learn about maintaining product lifecycle management. How to do that and what is it about? So let's see. So suppose there is a new product which is going to be replacing an existing product in few months down the line. So we don't want the new product to have all the forecast for the existing product, but slowly phase in. So during the phase in, we can specify the percentage in which this new product will get the old products forecast at what percentage, and how should the percentage be increasing as it matures in the phase in stage. And we can also use the product lifecycle management to phase out an existing product. So let's see how it looks. So for example, say that the product ID 1231, and then I have the actuals quantity um, in the past. Actuals. And then for the product, I have the stat forecast generated for the future months, some value. So let's say yeah. And then we will introduce a new product which will replace this existing product. And the phase in would start from, say, suppose the month of April, and it will still go till July. So what we want it to do is that we want it to generate the stat forecast by from April with a certain phase in curve. So suppose the first phase in would be 10% of what the forecast generated for this, and then it might be 33%, then it would be 64%, and then it would be 81%, suppose I'm just saying, and then finally this would be 90%. And then after that, it will generate the same forecast as it has generated for this months, right? So after the phase-in period, it will generate the same forecast. Okay, so I should have done it as a 90%, and then because this is the phase-in period, and then from this period, it will be same as that on existing one. We can also specify the phase out period. So we say that, okay, it is generated, but then after, like after this is phased in, maybe from October, November, December, it will phase out. So the phase out period would be this, and then there would be a certain percentage by which the phase out curve will also decrease. So maybe it will be 15 and then 10, and then it will not have any forecast generated in the coming months. So this would look like something like this. Right? So what we do is we have to first create a new product, and for that creation we have to update the master data. So let's log into our planning area through the Excel interface. And let's go to master data, and we'll have the product master data loaded first of all. Okay, we'll load for only one product ID, because maybe this is the one that we want to copy it from. And we would like to also load the customer master data, and we would also want to load the location master data. We would want the product, customer product master data. We want to load the location product master data. We would also like to load the customer source master data, and then finally the conversion factor master data. Right? So the product master data, we would like to create one master data like this, where it will have the following information, and maybe we can copy the product group of this master data just in case we need it in the future. Not needed, the product group is not needed in right now for our example. We'd like to see what are the customers available, the locations available, and then customer product. So we would like to filter um, the product ID, the location product as product ID, and the customer source, maybe the same product ID. EM conversion is okay. So now customer product, we have this. So probably we can just copy this to the newly created product, which is this one. Just make a note of it. And then save. We have to also save the each and every. So we saved the product ID. Now we'll introduce this new product for the locations of the existing product. And we'll copy to this ones. And yeah, nothing else. Save. I hope this was saved. Let's see. No changes. Okay, this was saved. Customer source. Again, we will take this and put this here with the new product ID. We'll extend this to this and click on save. And the last table to update the master data table is the conversion. So we'll have the new product that we create to be added here. We have not applied that filter. So let's see. Okay, product ID. This each 1 minute. That's all we need to update. Now we will go to an Excel interface and try to see if we are able to load the new master data. So let's load. Okay. Let's load the required attributes. Some of the key figures and the newly created product ID. So it is not showing this newly created product ID. Even if we see you are not able to load this new product ID. So we'll see how to do it later. So now let's go to the app called Product Lifecycle Management. Choose the planning area. And then we will assign a new phase in product. So this time here we will be able to see the newly created product. So this is the newly created product. And the next step, it is asking for the reference product. So we'll click on add. And we are phasing out this product. And next step. So it is assigning the 100% weightage of the sales history that is generated into the new product. Then next step. So launch dimension. We can add a launch dimension in the sense like we want to only update this product life. We want to manage only at a customer level, at a region level, or only at the product ID level. So for our example, we just select the product ID. I'll click on next, and then we edit it and specify the forecast start date, the phasing start date, and so the phasing start date, say we want to phase in from the 1st of April till 31st of July. Yeah, and phasing curve, we will see that it is linear. Yeah. So we can select the same phase-in forecast start date also. So it will start forecasting from the date of the phase-in start. Save. So we can try to see what is the value of the forecast that is going to be assigned within this period. So what is our period? Our forecast start date is April and the end date is July. So April, May, June, July. So four periods. So four periods, if we see, then with a linear curve, the phase in would be that the first month it will assign 10%, the second month 36%, the third month 64%, and then the fourth month is 90%. So what will happen is we will have to see that the key figure that we load based on which the forecast will be generated will be in this proportion. So what I mean by this is going back to our example that we took April as a start and then July as the end. So what will happen is that it will first assign whatever forecast is assigned for the product that is going to be replaced for the new product at 10% at the start of the phase in, then at a 33%, ours is 37%. So let's say 37% in the next month, then as a 64% in the third month, and then 90% in the fourth month, right? So that's how it is going to phase in. So not all the volume of the existing product is going to be loaded into the new product. It's like a phase in. So we can also like plot and see how it is looking. So slowly it is going to the new product is going to slowly phase into the old product's forecast. And maybe we can understand this one a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, slowly it is going to be going to match the existing products forecast, and it is not immediately getting all the forecast that is available for the existing product. So we will see what key figure we want to introduce this base the forecasting on, right? So that we have to specify over here. So what we have done here is that we have specified the product assignment and then we have to say the key figure. So say we want to specify this actuals quantity and then the historical period it is going to be taking is 12 months. So we will simulate and see what is the actuals quantity look like. We go to our product lifecycle management again, and then we see there are planning actions. What is that? It is asking for whether this newly created product is assigned to planning objects. So it is asking which key figure we want to assign it to. So we will say that we want to assign it to the actuals quantity. So it says that planning object is missing. So here is an option of creating the planning objects. So what we do is click on create planning objects, and then it asks for the key figures to consider. So we'll say that we want to generate the forecast based on the actuals quantity and create all. So it says that it has started creating the planning object. Now we will click on check planning object for the selected assignments, and we'll say this one, check. And it says that the planning object is created for the newly introduced product and the key figure. So now we go here and refresh. So we see that this at least is showing in the report. Earlier it was not showing because the planning object was not existing. So now what we will do is that we will create a forecast model. So we'll go to manage forecast models application. We'll say create model, and we'll say that the planning area that we want to create it, and simple moving average. Okay. We want to create it at a month level. We want to see look back 12 months in the past and 12 months in the future. We want to generate. We want to consider the lifecycle product information. And then from the forecasting steps, we choose the key figures. So actuals quantity is what we are basing our forecast on. Statistical forecast quantity is what we want to store the data in. Okay. So now we add the algorithm. So simple moving average, and for simplicity's sake, we are selecting 3 periods, which is 3 months in our case, because the time period is month, or 3 months will time window. Click on save. So the forecast model is successfully created. So now we will load first the replacement product. So we will load, and in the key figures, we want to load the actuals quantity and the statistical forecast quantity. Time period, we want it from, say, January 2024 till December 2025. Attribute is product ID. It's fine. Fine. So we see that there is some statistical forecast quantity loaded. So let's see the log. So it has run for the new product that we selected. So let's now refresh. So we see that the statistical forecast quantity is generated, and let's take a percentage of the generated stat forecast over the stat forecast that is for the existing product, and let's see what is the percentage it has assigned for the time period. And we will slightly go to now the product lifecycle and see what is the curve that is looking for. We selected 4, and so this is like 10, 30, 50, 70, and 90. So it is like 5. So there are 5 periods, so 10, 30, 50, 70, and 90, because our forecast started from March till this month. So we can verify that first month on March, it assigned 10% of the entire forecast volume. Then it assigned 30%, then it assigned 50%, then it assigned 70%, and then finally it assigned 90%. And then from after the phasing is done, which was March to July, then it is assigning the 100% of the existing products volume. Now, what we want to do is also that we want to see what would be the percentage and how is it working if I want to use a different curve. So here, the one that we have created is linear. And if we choose a super linear and then the period is 4, then we will get to see if it is period is 5, we'll get to see what is the assignment on the particularly super linear curve, right? So we'll change this assignment of linear to super linear. We keep the same period of forecasting, and maybe we'll change the start of forecast, the phase-in start date from April till the phase-in end is 31st of July. Hmm. Hmm. And super linear. So now we again run the application job stat forecast. Okay, now we filter with this newly created product, which is this one. It's finished. Let's refresh the data. So let's see what is the percentage of assignment it is done, because now we have changed the phase-in from April till July, right? So it is not generated any forecast volume in March. Rather, the phase-in is starting from once April. So now let's see what is the percentage. The first percentage, as we see, is 10%, and then it is around 52%. So it is not assigning according to what it should be. So 899 upon 10%, 82%, 73%. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the period is not 5 now because it is 4. So now we'll see 10 and 53%. So 52.59, maybe we'll see. Yeah. So it assigns the whole number. So 52%, 73%, and 73% and 90%. So this is how it works. Maybe we can see some more examples, but then we want to also, the IBP has given some options to choose from other functions. So maybe super linear, but by default it is square root, and we want it to be, fourth power. And we can also change the assignment and start from 5% and end in 95%. Yeah, and then we will save as a new name, like what is a super linear fourth power, so sup fourth, right? Something like that we created. Now we will change this assignment, and then we see that for the period how much. I'll probably will change the phase in end also. We'll change phase in end to August 31st, so that yeah, we have 5 months. So this is 5, at least 5 months. It will be helpful to understand. And fourth power phase in curve is this. What did we choose? Did we choose sublinear? 5. Yes, fourth power. Sublinear is this for a period of 5 months, 10, 22, 40, 62. Okay, 5 months, 10, 13, and 28. So with the fourth power and this thing. So we will choose this so this curve and save. So now we'll again run the start forecast. Okay, the run is finished. Let's see what is the assignment it has given. So we are not generating anything in April, anything in March. So let's see the assignment. So first we said that we want to start with 5%. So that's what it started with 5. The next month is 13%. So we see 13. And then next month should be 28. Yes, it is 28. And then the next month is 54. So we see 54. And we said that we want to end it into 95. So it has ended in 95. So this is the way we can, create our own functions for phasing also.